Why do some ultra-Orthodox sects in Israel reject the state's existence? And how does this affect their stance on military service?
The Talmud is quite clear that it is forbidden to create a Jewish state before the coming of the Messiah, and this idea is rooted firmly in the Hebrew Bible, particularly the book of Jeremiah. In the book of Numbers in the Torah, Moses himself warned against violating God's decree of exile. When the Zionist movement began in the 1890s, the vast majority of rabbis opposed it. Some were bribed by the Zionists to serve as chief rabbis, and thus the religious Zionist movement began. But the anti-Zionist ideology is the original Jewish ideology, dating back to the Bible.
Among the Ultra-Orthodox in the Holy Land, there are two camps. The majority would be known as non-Zionist, and the other are known as anti-Zionist. These two groups share most of their ideas in common, and both agree that it is not ideal to have a Jewish state at this point in history. However, the non-Zionists might see Israel as no different than any other non-Jewish state where Jews reside, and as a means of living in the Holy Land. The differences between them are practical and as follows.
Voting. Anti-Zionists boycott all national elections in Israel. Some boycott the municipal elections, but most allow participation in municipal elections. Non-Zionists have their own parties in the Knesset to protect their religious rights and status quo, but do not believe they should use their political power to make the country more religious or Jewish than the standard status quo. Many of them see participation in elections as a religious duty, not out of a sense of Zionism, but out of protection for their own community interests.
Welfare. Anti-Zionists refuse any welfare from taxpayer money and often rely on donations from diaspora communities.
Non-Zionists accept the forms of welfare offered by the State of Israel, as well as support for their schools.
Military service. Anti-Zionists refuse all military service, including civil service. Non-Zionists seek exemptions from military service for women in all cases and for men who are studying in religious seminaries, as is the case in most countries with a draft that seminary students are exempt from the draft. Men who do not study in religious seminaries might serve either in military or civil service in some cases, but do this only to follow the law and not out of a religious duty. Some seek total exemption or totally refuse any service, particularly those more closely aligned with the anti-Zionist ideology. Religious Zionists, who generally identify as modern Orthodox, see military duty in Israel as a sort of religious duty.
Holy sites. Anti-Zionists generally avoid pilgrimages to holy sites that are under government control, such as the Western Wall or the Tomb of the Patriarchs in Hebron, but some do visit them. Most anti-Zionists only visit holy sites that are not under government control, such as the tomb of Rabbi Shimon in Meron. Non-Zionists visit all holy sites.
Patriotic symbols. Anti-Zionists will never display an Israeli flag or other Zionist symbols and may actively destroy them if they do so legally from their own possessions. Some non-Zionist institutions will display an Israeli flag as a symbol of patriotism with no religious significance, but generally only outside of their buildings on state holidays, not inside places of worship.
In conclusion, the Talmud and Hebrew Bible, particularly through texts like the book of Jeremiah and Numbers, explicitly forbid the establishment of a Jewish state before the Messiah's arrival, a stance that shaped traditional Jewish opposition to Zionism when it emerged in the 1890s. While religious Zionism gained traction through some rabbinical support, the original Jewish ideology, rooted in biblical exile, persists among ultra-Orthodox communities in the Holy Land. These communities, divided into non-Zionist and anti-Zionist camps, share a fundamental skepticism of a pre-Messianic Jewish state, but differ in practical engagement with Israel's institutions: voting, welfare, military service, holy site visits, and patriotic symbols. Non-Zionists pragmatically participate in state systems to protect their interests, while anti-Zionists maintain strict separation, reflecting a deeper ideological commitment to traditional Jewish law over modern political structures. However, both groups are pious Jews who follow Torah and their own rabbis. This spectrum of belief underscores the complex interplay between faith, identity, and politics in contemporary Jewish life. We hope you enjoyed this content. This channel has over 5,000 videos, including Torah commentary, podcasts, footage of Jewish and historical events, and much more. We are sure you will find more videos you will enjoy. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, and comment. Rabbi Kolakowski often makes videos based on questions in the comment section, so you might have a video made just for you. By helping this channel grow, you are helping to spread Torah. God bless.
Hirzio in the Malai, O